大家好，欢迎来到 Andy 口才说，我是 Andy。最近市场上有一个话题，其实讨论度非常的高，就是美伊之间的紧张局势持续的在升温，甚至市场上也传出伊朗扬言要针对 Palantir 的总部所采取行动，也因为这样，让这一家台湾关注度不高的 AI 公司，最近在国内的讨论度明显被放大。其实我自己3月初的时候就有跟客人提起过 Palantir 可以值得开始留意，而最近这几天从3月初到现在 Palantir 的涨幅约有10到15% 左右，甚至中间有接近快到 20%。 但我今天想讲的不只是价格，而是一个更核心的事情，为什么这一家公司会出现在这个位置。如果你真的去看 Palantir 执行长卡普的一些谈话，你会发现其实他在讲的已经不只是科技，而是 AI 在未来如何影响到战争，影响到国家，甚至整个世界的权力结构。卡普在里面提到一个很核心的观点， AI 不是一个工具，而是会决定输赢的力量。而 Palantir 正在做的事情，就是把这股力量真正落地到战场、政府还有企业的决策里面。今天这支影片呢，我想带你从更高的角度重新看懂 Palantir 这家公司，以及它在这个 AI 的时代所扮演的地位。接下来我会放一段卡普的影片内容，带大家一起来看看他们是怎么看待 AI， 还有这个世界正在发生的变化。
Welcome. Normally this would be like a subtle way of us explaining the journey we're on is going to make us happier and wealthier and, in your case, help you destroy your non-competition competition. But this obviously we're in different days, and we're in the middle of very near to Washington, D.C., which is auspicious. At Palantir, we were built to give our warfighters and people supporting warfighters all over the U.S. government and allied governments what we politely now say an unfair advantage, which when we weren't publicly traded, it was like, yeah, we're going to really F our enemies. And I take great pride in that. But I think, but people are very different on these views, and at Palantir, people are very different. We are not a monolithic culture, and we have people who are at Palantir. We have a lot of people at Palantir who, like French, our French hires have been phenomenal, actually, in the commercial space. Some of you may be wondering why everyone's speaking French. But it's a highly meritocratic culture with elite institutions and ideally shaped, actually, for AI because of mathematical aptitude. So we're not a monolithic culture, but the one thing I tell Palantirians, in America and outside of America, you can be on any side of the issue, but if you're expecting us to not support warfighters when they're in battle, you got the wrong company. And we at Palantir support warfighters, and once the war starts, we stop. We're not interested in debating how we're supporting them. We are very, very proud to have our role in making sure the American men and women come home safe and happy and proud of what they're doing. And that sometimes means that people on the other side don't go home. And we are very proud of that, and I'd like to just encourage everyone here who, whatever side you're, whatever your beliefs, those people on the battlefield are the reason every business in this country gets away with winning abroad. And you should know when you're interacting with Palantir, those are our values. The United States military was always the bastion of what made this country great. And it's often forgotten, often in my more progressive family circles, first institution to integrate in this country, integrated way before any other institution. Meritocracy in the U.S. military was a thing before America understood that it extended to every person of every background, no matter what. And that's why the U.S. military is the most popular, revered institution in this country. And as much as Silicon Valley has changed, I don't think everyone in Silicon Valley understands. Americans revere the military. Not so much Silicon Valley. But we know that. And you are proxy supporting us in those efforts when you are engaging with us. And in fact, the only time we will prioritize an existing commercial client, another client, the only time is if it involves us taking resources and supporting the US military. That's the only time. And so we're very, very focused. One of the things we learned early on that's in our DNA that now is going to be the way every tech company has to run, even if they don't know it, we always picked sides. It's like a small thing, but when we went to the US government, we were picking a side. And we do not build software that's parasitic so that our clients had to keep it when it's no longer useful, which is dangerous. But that's how we ended up innovating and being Maven, which is the targeting backbone of modern warfare, and many other things that are not in the public space. And quite frankly, a lot of tech innovation until about 20 years ago, it was all in the history of humanity was done in the military context and then brought into the commercial context. And you will see a lot of that in our commercial deployments. And one of the things we're trying very hard to do across our many valuable partnerships, many of which are in the room, is also migrate you from the products you were using with us 2 years ago closer to what the battlefield is using, meaning next generation use cases, a foundry, making implementations orders of magnitude faster, making them more valuable in ontology, making them one of the most important lessons for this world is this is a have-not world. So everything that looks like I'm the same as my customer, my competitor, or I'm the same as the way Russia and China fights is not that valuable. You need something that is totally specific, enhancing the unique individual tribal knowledge that your business has to the point where no one else can compete with that, is where all the value is. And like there are all these discussions about, we were at the beginning of this where it was like people wouldn't invest in us because we were a services company. Now there's discussions about what's going to happen to software. In the end, it's actually all BS. It's like we get paid on value. Your businesses get paid on value. Like you have to create more value. What is more valuable? Revenues go up, margins go up. And we're in the business of transferring that to you. And those businesses that do that, especially ones with infrastructure, is like the combination of infrastructure, like you see in the military, it's basically AI-enhanced infrastructure, the kind of infrastructure that you in this room have, either intellectual or physical or both. Enhancing that is the only thing that is actually a proverbial moat now. And everything else is going to get eviscerated. And which is like, now, and that's largely a good news story for America. It's a story that's very hard to hear. Like I spent a lot of my life in Europe and care about Europe. It's like, this is and we're doing a announcement of a SAP, Accenture. So very strong partners outside of America, but this is a have-not world. And our job is to make sure you are one of the haves. And don't have to be that merciful in business, and certainly we're not on the battlefield to those of us who confront us and are in the have-not column. So with that, again, we are very focused on and grateful to people protecting us. Very happy you are here. The purpose of these gatherings is actually so that you guys can trade notes. Like another lesson that we all have to learn is there are no experts, there's no one to trust but yourself. As you may have discovered reading vast reports about your own businesses from people that seem to not understand your business at all. And it's like one of the craziest things you can do, learning experiences you can have as someone in business, is read about your business from a third party. It's like, wait a minute. They just made this shit up. It's like, you want to read the most hilarious thing, work with us and then go read a short sale memo on Palantir. It'll be like, what did they make up? It's but you can trust your ability to acquire information on your own. So, talk to each other, what's working, what's not, what can you learn from each other. A lot of the use cases that, also what I see over and over and over again is somebody thinks that something we're doing, like the most useful thing for a hospital is actually what we're doing in the military. The most useful thing for the military on the civilian side, we may be doing in like billing. Like a lot of these use cases are actually structurally similar, and then it's our job with you to make them completely specific to you, and very, very rapidly. But in any case, thank you for coming, and it's a special time, and we really value all of you, and I certainly do, and take care. Bye.
看完卡普在 A 康奈的开场，你应该已经感受到，这不是一般 CEO 在卖产品了，这是在讲一场文明级的战争。他最核心的理念很清楚 ，Palantir 从来不是一家普通的 AI 公司，它是一家把 AI 当作决定输赢的力量的公司了。在现代战场上，谁能更快、更准确地把海量数据转化为决策，谁就能拥有不公平的优势。Palantir 的 Movement 系统 Intelligence 架构就是专门给美军和盟友打造这种优势。它不只是分析卫星图像、目标锁定，而是直接缩短杀伤链，让美军和盟友在伊朗、中东冲突中更准确、更快速的回应。但卡普强调的重点是，在战场上面验证过的技术会直接反扑商业世界。同一套 AIP 平台，同一套 Intelligence 系统，能让医院的排程更快，工厂的产能更优，供应链更强韧，结果就是创造出有与没有的巨大鸿沟。用 Palantir 的客户，单位经济会被彻底改造，毛利、营收直接起飞，没跟上的就会狠狠的被甩在后面。他还讲得很直白 ，Palantir 的使命就是支持美国及其盟友，确保西方在 AI 的时代维持主导权。他不怕得罪人，直接表明了有些矽谷公司就是太觉醒、太软弱，不愿意碰国防。Palantir 则选择站在最前线，做别人不愿意做、困难但正确的事。回到股价，从3月到现在 Palantir 大概涨了10到15%， 中间甚至有接近20%， 但涨幅只是表象。真正值得关注的是这家公司正处于 AI、地缘政治、商业三重共振的甜蜜点。未来 AI 不会只是工具，它会重塑权力结构。Palantir 正在做的就是帮美国和西方世界抢先卡位这个新时代的制高点。如果你也相信 AI 将决定下一个世纪的赢家，那么 Palantir 的这间公司真的值得你放进你的雷达观察名单。今天分享就到这边，感谢收看 Andy 口才说，记得帮我订阅、点赞、开启小铃铛哦，一起掌握 AI 时代的财富机会。我们下支影片见。